What's up, guys? Ben Bear Pope here. Now, today we're going to be talking about Blizzard and specifically some interesting tidbits that were in the Q2 financial report that Blizzard just put out a few days back that pertain to Overwatch 2. And if you're an Overwatch 2 fan, you're going to want to stick around and possibly get some tissues because you're going to have some tears. This is not good stuff. Let me actually show you the report itself, and as always, there will be a link in the description down below so that you guys can take a look at it and see what we're talking about here. But as you can see here, we have the report itself. Now, this is all just the kind of preamble, the beginning of it. And if we scroll down, eventually we come to, not Call of Duty, but we come to Blizzard. Now, a lot of this, as you can see here, talks about how Blizzard's revenue segment grew 160% year over year, which is great. However, it's primarily driven by the launch of Diablo 4. Say at the end of the second quarter, Diablo 4 had sold more units than any other Blizzard title at an equal stage of release, which over 10 million players experienced Diablo 4 in June, playing for roughly 700 million hours, and retention trends are particularly strong. So basically, all the money that Blizzard has made recently is coming from Diablo 4. Now, this is the section we are particularly concerned about here as it pertains to Overwatch. So Blizzard continued to engage the Overwatch and Warcraft communities with live operations in the second quarter, basically just saying, hey, we're still updating the games, and player engagement and investment in Overwatch 2 declined sequentially in the quarter. That's important. So basically what that means is it's declined from the previous quarter, and it's really the first admission, at least that I've seen by Blizzard, of saying, hey, yeah, we're having some issues retaining Overwatch 2 players. Now, they go on to say here that the Overwatch team is looking forward to the August 10th release of Overwatch 2 Invasion. This will be the largest seasonal update yet, planned to include new PvE story missions, a new game mode, new hero progression system. I don't know what they mean by that, as well as an additional hero. You go, okay, so we're getting a little bit of PvE content, not nearly what was promised at launch, and not nearly what the game was originally going to be about, but we are getting some content here. Now, I think this here, admitting that Overwatch 2 engagement has declined significantly, is a big admission for Overwatch, or excuse me, for Blizzard to actually admit to. And yeah, I think that doesn't bode particularly well for the future of Overwatch. Let me see if I can find the next bit here. They go on to talk about King, go on to talk about, building a better workplace. As we all know, they've had issues with workplace integrity, shall we say, recently. But this Overwatch League, I think, is a point of pain also. So as previously disclosed, our collaborative agreements for our professional esports leagues continue to face headwinds. That's a bit of an understatement. During the second quarter, we amended certain terms of our collaborative agreements with teams participating in Overwatch League. According to the amended terms, following the conclusion of the current Overwatch League season, teams will vote on an updated operating agreement. So basically, at the end of the current season, they're going to say, hey, listen, this is how we want things to be. Vote on it, yes or no. Teams that do not vote to continue under an updated operating agreement will be paid a termination fee of $6 million. Each participating team entity for a total that would be about $114 million. Basically saying, hey, investors, we could potentially be on the hook for $114 million if none of the teams agree to our current updates. And as of June 30th, none of that has been accrued. Total revenues from the Overwatch League comprise less than 1% of our net revenues. That, I think, is an extremely important point. Basically, it's Blizzard admitting that the Overwatch League is essentially on life support, and if you're kind of reading the tea leaves there, it's probably done. I don't see the Overwatch League continuing. I don't think you would have enough teams after this vote remaining. I certainly think some of the owners, you're talking about billionaires, you're talking about people that are looking to get a solid return on their investment. Like Bob Kraft owns the Boston Uprising. I think you're certainly going to see guys like that looking to maybe opt out and maybe get whatever they can out of this venture. And I personally think that's going to be the death knell for the Overwatch League. You're going to see teams basically be paid that $6 million, and you know that will be doled out on those teams. However, it will get doled out. I have to imagine that ownership probably has agreements where they'll get a certain amount of whatever money remaining the team has. But I think that's the end of the Overwatch League, and I think that's also the end of a big piece of potential engagement with the community that Blizzard had for Overwatch 2. So I think all of that considered, the sum total of it, you're seeing Overwatch 2 on a really icy decline going forward. I don't think that we're going to see much more new content, personally. If it's going to continue to eat up, a chunk of Blizzard's budget, every quarter, and they're not really getting that back, there's no point in continuing it. You basically just say, hey, listen, we'll maybe do a couple updates. Maybe we'll keep updating what we've said. We will update. We'll add whatever we have currently announced will be added, and that will be it. But as always, that is just my thought, and I will put the link to this investor white paper in the section below here. So let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear from you. Genuinely curious if you think this is a bunch of nonsense and, everything's going to be fine. Or, like me, you think it maybe means the death knell of Overwatch 2? I think it does. I think it's certainly the death knell for the Overwatch League. That's the final nail getting driven into that coffin. Obviously, we'll have to see how the vote pans, but it doesn't bode well. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave this one here. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. It does help the channel out. I do try to put videos out every single week, so you will have those to look forward to. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. And for now, goodbye.